So have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, no matter what you try, that life just isn't going your way? That's exactly how I felt just a few years ago. I was frustrated, lost, and constantly wondering why things just never seemed to work out for me. But then I discovered something that completely changed my life, and that was the law of attraction. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I used it to turn my life around and how you can do the exact same thing. So if you've been struggling to manifest the life that you want, stay with me because this could be the shift that you've been waiting for. So just a few years ago, I left a job that I had been in for quite a while. And while it was amazing initially to have time off and figure out my next steps, the problem was I had no real sense of purpose. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was going through the motions, exploring different professional opportunities, but deep down I just felt really lost. And it also felt like no matter what I tried, I just couldn't seem to move forward in any meaningful way. In addition, I was plagued by so many limiting beliefs, and perhaps many of you can relate. But ever since I was a child, I always had these deep, negative limiting beliefs about myself and what I was capable of. So, for example, I always felt like success was for other people, not for me. And that to achieve a certain level of wealth or status, or to be really happy in my job, that these things strangely just weren't in the cards for me. I felt like I wasn't the kind of person who could actually create an extraordinary life. And, it's tragic to think about, but I know that so many other people sort of struggle with those same kinds of limiting beliefs. And these beliefs really kept me stuck. That is until I learned how to shift them. So for me, the biggest shift happened once I realized that I wasn't just reacting to life, that I was actually the one creating it. Here's how I started applying the law of attraction every day in my life. So first, I got much more serious about visualizing the life that I wanted. Every day I started taking a few minutes to just sort of envision and imagine myself already living the life that I wanted. So instead of focusing on what I lacked or what I didn't have, I really made it a point to focus on what I desired and feeling the emotions of already having that now. I also worked on my own self-talk and affirmations. So I started really diving deep to rework some of that negative subconscious programming that I had ever since I was a child, maybe from a past life, who knows. So I started to rewire my subconscious by replacing a lot of that negative self-talk with empowering statements and affirmations. So this is something that is paying such huge dividends in my life already, because I've successfully reprogrammed a lot of those negative thoughts into positive ones. And on a daily basis, I see how that enables me to react very differently to certain situations. Like my knee-jerk reaction is a positive one, whereas in the past, the first thing would have been an automatic negative thought in my head. So next up, I really made a point to focus on emotional alignment. I realized that it's not just about thinking positively. I had to actually feel the energy and the emotions of what I desired and wanted. And what I've found in life is that the more I align my emotions with what I want and feel as though I already have it, the more things start to shift in the direction of my then having them. And then finally, I've learned how to just let go and trust the process. There are certainly a lot of things that I still want to manifest in my life, absolutely. But I think in the beginning, and this is really common, I used to try to force the change and really obsess over it. But I've learned to just let go of that attachment and realize that, hey, whatever's for me is not going to miss me. What I found is that when I trust that process and I get into that flow, then certain opportunities just started flowing to me naturally. So once I made this conscious effort to really rework these areas of my life and approach things differently, then everything started to shift. And for me, I would say the shift really started to happen in the past year or two, which coincides with me, putting myself on camera and getting on YouTube. Because again, even when I had started my company, early on, I was trying different things and it just felt like things weren't clicking. Whereas right now, talking to the camera, creating videos, creating content, this just feels right. And it's like I'm operating from a place of a much more empowered place, let's put it that way. So it's really cool to see this shift play out by changing my mindset and my patterns. I found that by operating from this new place of empowerment, that I'm attracting new opportunities, creating new relationships, including within my business. And I just have sort of a sense of peace and contentment that I didn't have before. And make no mistake about it, I still have a lot of work to do in my business and certain things that I want to achieve, but it's a really exciting, empowering place to come from. And before, I felt a little desperate. It felt like I have to do whatever I need to make this work. And now I'm just in this place of, yes, I'm working hard, but it's a much more peaceful and relaxed state. So that's the really cool feeling that I discovered, is that it now feels like the universe is working with me and not against me. And you definitely want the universe on your side. And another big change that I discovered was that I'm not really as concerned about external validation or what other people think anymore. Now, like, I still welcome, especially with this channel, like constructive criticism, or if people have ideas about certain things, like that's welcome. But at the same time, because I really have much more clarity on who I am and what I'm doing, I'm not really as concerned with like negative criticism or outside voices, because I just know deep down, like my intuition tells me that I'm on the right path. So wherever you're at in your life and whatever you're struggling with right now, I promise to you that you can do the exact same thing. And you want to start by shifting your thoughts. Pay attention to that inner self-talk and replace those limiting beliefs with new empowering ones. Second, as difficult as it is at the beginning, you want to start to act as if. So start acting and living like the person you want to become, even before any external changes actually happen. And then finally, trust the process. Now, you certainly have to do the hard work, absolutely, but let go of doubt and just stay in that right energy, because you have to really trust that what you seek is already on its way to you. So if I could change my life for the better using the law of attraction, then you definitely can as well. It all starts with just believing that it's possible. So now I want to hear from all of you. Have you ever had a similar experience with the law of attraction? What were you able to manifest in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.